Hello everyone, today I want to talk about this Panasonic Lumix 12 to 32mm lens, very tiny little collapsible kit lens that came together with the GX85 or GX80 that I bought. So it is a 12 to 32mm, it's like a 24 to 64mm in full frame terms, and it's a little bit, a little bit short. But considering the size, I guess it makes sense. It's really tiny. The aperture, the standard aperture for kit lens, 3.5 to 5.6, very uninspiring, nothing special there. And yeah, just overall on paper, it should be a pretty, not even mediocre lens. It's just like a very boring lens that nobody will even look at it. In reality, it's a very practical lens, because it's how small it is. When it collapses, it's something that you can just put in your pocket. It's so easy to carry and very lightweight because it's all plastic. And here you can see the size comparison between the GX85 and the Sony A6300. They have a similar lens. This one is the 16 to 50mm kit lens, but the Sony kit lens is bigger, obviously, because it covers APS-C size sensor, but they're very similar style. There's something I don't like about this lens is that because this is a mechanical zoom ring and you have only one ring on this lens, means there's no focus ring. If you want to manual focus with this lens, you cannot use this zoom ring because it will zoom. You have to use a digital rocker here. It's really weird way to manual focus, so I don't like the manual focus option on this lens but it's tiny. They can't add a manual focus ring, I guess. It's fine. I don't use manual focus with this lens anyway. So it came with this lens, and usually it is cheaper to get a lens together with a body as opposed to just get a body, which is weird. Why? The price should be lower when you buy only the body, but usually when you buy body only, it actually costs more, which doesn't make sense. Anyways, I don't use this lens that much because I love the 12 to 60mm lens. I always use this lens on the go, where it's not huge lens, it's also very small size relatively, so it's very portable as well. So I use this lens all the time, and I almost never use this combination unless certain situation I have to go super ultra lightweight, which is not very often. So this is my standard travel photography setup, or just in general, put in my bag, very easy to carry, even though it's a tiny little bit larger. So in what occasion do I use this lens? Actually, I do use this lens for a very important purpose for shoots. That is my tennis session. When I play tennis, I record with this lens. Why? Because it's a kit lens. It has wide angle 12mm. You can cover the entire court, and it's small, lightweight, and it's easy to carry. When I go to tennis court, I have to carry 2 rackets and a bottle of water and the tripod, and everything is very heavy. And also on the clay court, when you play running around, or when you're cleaning the court, when the day is hot and the clay is dry, the dust will just go flying everywhere. It's crazy, and it could get into your camera and lenses. So that's why I don't want to use the nice Leica lens when I'm shooting tennis and get dust in. So I just use this one. If I get dust in, I don't care, it's totally fine. And if by any chance the tripod fails and the camera falls onto the ground, maybe it fall onto the lens first, and it's gonna be totally fine. I'm totally fine with losing this lens, smashing this lens. I don't want to lose other lenses like the Sigma 17 to 70, very beautiful lens right now I'm using, and I don't want to lose these 2 lenses. So for those conditions, when you know that you are going into some extreme condition, let's say extreme condition, I would rather use expandable lenses like this. So that's the purpose of this lens. Yeah, It's my tennis specialist. Also, because of the small size, you can actually vlog with this lens very well because you can extend this lens farther away from you. So you can create more space between you and camera because the lens is very short. So actually it gives you a quote-unquote wider angle view than, you know, if you use the Leica 12 to 60 millimeter lens. You know, you have to hold it onto the camera, the lens body. Otherwise, if you hold onto the camera body, it's actually not going to be as wide as using this kit lens, tiny little lens, because you know the lens is long. It's closer to your face, so yeah, this is a nice advantage. Also, it's very lightweight, so you don't get tired when you extend your arm all the way, as opposed to using a bigger lens like this. But that's a minor issue. So mostly you can get a wider angle view when you extend all the way or away from your body. So that's something interesting to know if you're a vlogger. This is a very good option here. I can hear a little bit of shaky sound because of the OIS. So the image quality is actually really nice, really sharp, very sharp lens. There's nothing to complain about here, you know. And Micro Four Third lenses generally are very sharp, and this kit lens is no exception. I think it's quite a bit sharper than the Sony 16-50. This one is notoriously soft. It's really bad, especially when you zoom into 50 millimeter. It's all blurry, and this one just great throughout the range. You don't have the bokeh, doesn't matter. It's a really fun little lens that you can use for every day. The glass element is really tiny, so tiny, so small. Alright, so this is a manual collapse. Like on the Sony, the camera will automatically extend the lens for you or collapse the lens for you. This you have to do it manually, which is, I think it's a pro. It's something very nice to you can have your camera on and make it smaller, put it in your pockets, and then you don't have to turn off and on the camera and wait for the electronic to extend and collapse. It takes a few seconds. That can be annoying on the Sony. And also, you know, it's just more flexible, give you more options. You can choose when to extend, when to collapse when you're not using it, or you can just leave it on like this, so you don't have to go to collapse it and extend again when you want to shoot again. So you have many options. It's more flexible than the Sony 16-50 counterpart. So I like that. That will be it. Thank you for watching. Bokeh test with the Lumix kit lens 12-32. Not much bokeh, let's say. Minimum amount. Focus on the leaves. Focus. Damn it, doesn't focus. And it's so tiny. It's very good for vlogging. Very good for vlogging. Yeah. I'm boiling some eggs. I'm gonna eat some eggs for breakfast, and then play tennis. And when I come back, I'm gonna eat a lot. Or am I? Eating a lot is bad for you. Autofocus. Oh god, the autofocus is so bad. What is with autofocus? You always go out of focus first, and then lock into focus. It's so bloody weird. The autofocus is not reliable in that sense, so let's try to Focus on something close up. Okay, that's pretty fast. And far away. Okay, that's pretty fast. Close up. Far away. Alright, it's okay. It's doing great. But, you know, at the beginning of a clip, it's freaking weird. It goes out of focus first. It's weird. It's just weird. But I guess it's okay. It's tolerable. Right now what you're seeing is dual IS image stabilization. Isn't it amazing? I'm holding my camera with one hand only, yet it looks smooth. Isn't that amazing? GH5 Micro Four Third system. Love it. It's doing it again. This is my transportation tool. Scooter. Non-electrical. You have to pick it. Smooth. It is frustrating. Every single shot, it will go out of focus and then come back. It will do that every time you start a clip. This is 60p though. 1080p 60p. Maybe it doesn't work like that in 24p. Who knows? I'm not gonna test it. I don't care. Look at this tennis club. Beautiful entrance. You know, the beautiful flowers, trees. Nice shade. And then there is the tennis court. Beautiful clay. Yeah, it's a beautiful club. And today we're not gonna play on the clay, although they look fine. A little bit wet. So we're gonna play on the hard court. Alright. And this is the secret path to the hard court. It's like in the back of a tennis club. Newly built. It's a little bit weird. This pathing. That is not a super public. Let me show you the blue sky. Beautiful. And this building on the left hand side is a big gym. As part of the club. I never went to the gym. I don't do gym. And here's. Okay, there's a training session in there. So we're gonna wait till 1:30 and we can enter. And if there's nobody playing after us, we could play even longer than 1 hour session. It's gonna be cool. But anyway, it's very good weather today. So it's very nice to test this tiny little. There's a bug on my camera right now. It landed on the hand grip. I'm gonna get rid of it. Get off. Disgusting. What do I do with this? Alright, this is the end of the vlog.